moved.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Herb, no. Mack, not in here. Are you Tammy? Come on up. It's gonna be your area.
It is, it's mine.
Brunswick.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Boy, railroad's close down.
Yeah.
Good luck.
And statements. Opioid stuff.
Then get it back there.
Thanks,
Thank you,
sir.
appreciate it.
So the first item you have is the plaque. And then the second one is the GS statements or the GS mapping. One shows the easement box not checked and the other one shows the easement box checked. First of all, let me introduce myself. I'm Tammy Kinchen. I live at 15995 Brunswick Road. I do have a little bit of an issue with Mr. Helms. I was on the phone with him. I walked out to speak to the deputy. He had just got there and I asked him to hold on a second. And I had him on speaker and he just hung up on me. I don't think that's very professional as elected official. And the deputy was even surprised. He's like, who was that? He hung up. So I think that he owes me an apology. Because that's not official it's not professional.
Well,
And
and
I'm
I
not-
will apologize to you, but I was walking into the commission meeting
Okay.
and so I, and I'd already talked to your husband. I'd already talked to my guy. I'd already
Yeah.
called the sheriff. And so
Yeah.
I knew any more conversations weren't going to go anywhere.
Well, I just wanted to make sure that, I was covered with the deputy and with you. I just didn't want, any confrontations with it. And I didn't even get a goodbye.
Yeah.
It was just click.
Because you started talking to the deputy.
Right. I told
And-
you, hold on one second. I was just kind of giving him an update,
And like I said, at that point, I didn't think any further conversations were going to
Well,
help
you could have
anything.
told me, look, I'll let you talk to him. I've got a meeting I got to go to. That would have been respectful.
All right. I apologize for that.
Well, she's here.
So they own a strip on this side of the road.
Yep.
And
Okay.
We on the other side of the road.
yeah,
Their property's over here somewhere.
yes. And so there was a culvert right here
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
on this U.
Okay.
I don't believe there was any culverts in the very beginning. We paid for a culvert to be
We-
put in.
We took out this culvert here.
Right here.
Yes. We took out a culvert there.
Right there.
Yes. And there's still a culvert here.
That's the one we paid to put in.
Correct. And so what I did the other day is I had my guys go ahead and put this culvert back in.
Okay.
I think it's still on our county right away and
There's no right of ways. There's no easement.
okay. Here's the issue that I don't think you guys understand. I mean, your husband's told me all we own is the dirt on top. You guys own the county road.
That's what we were told by
No,
Mr.
no, no, no.
Mr. Mayhew.
Oh, I know.
And that's what we were told by
Yeah.
him.
And, and so, so I've printed that off, which establishes that this has been a county road for 50 years that I know of. It's been maintained.
But there's no record of it.
Okay, there doesn't have to be a record of it. This is the state statutes which designate it a county road. We do get state funding for it, everything, and we have and then the other statute gives us a right of way from 15 feet from the middle of the county road.
Okay.
And so if we want to put a culvert in our legal right of way, we can put a culvert in our.
Without
legal-
even like notifying the landowner?
Yeah, I mean, it's in our
Yeah,
right of
they
way.
can do it.
I mean, we don't, I mean, if we're pulling ditches or if we're cutting brush, I mean, if we're doing work on our right of way, I mean, we can't, I mean, I wish we had the time. I wish we had the time to call every landowner, call and say, we're pulling ditches today, we're doing this today, we're doing that today. We just
So I do
don't
have a
have the time
question
of
then. You
that.
say you maintain it, correct?
Yes.
We have videos of the grader going by, lifting his blade right at our road and putting it down at the end of our property.
Okay.
You know,
Do you want me to, while we're public, do you want me to explain why our guys are frustrated with this?
Sure.
I mean, your husband, he thinks he owns the road.
We were told we did.
He's threatened to fence the road off. He has criminal charges for,
That doesn't have anything to do
well,
with this right here.
it has criminal charges
It
for
doesn't have anything to do with this right here. This
over
is
this
land
property dispute. And so my guys just don't want to deal with your husband.
Yeah, well, I understand that. I went out there and they were rude to me,
You know, I mean, so
you know,
Here-
and
here's-
I begged you to do
Yeah.
the right thing.
the right
You
thing,
know.
the right thing was to put that culvert back in. And
But
so,
it's
so now
okay.
we're back to where we need to be.
Okay.
Okay.
Y'all
And
need to be.
if you guys want to pay for a survey,
We already did.
We'll split it
It's
with
right
you
here.
to
right
determime
here.
our right of way.
That's what I gave you a
I
copy of.
understand that, but the survey doesn't have our 15-foot right of way on there.
Okay, he was the Pulaski County surveyor.
Correct,
He's supposed to put all that in there.
correct.
And he said there is not one.
Okay, there isn't an established, that's, you know, since I've been commissioner,
Mhm.
I've had people that own river property tell us we can't go on their property because it's a river road.
Yeah.
You know, they own both sides of the road. I mean, constantly, you know, we don't have a deed or an easement for every county road in the county. There's 425 county roads in the county. If we had deeds or easements for every county road, there'd be a stack this high.
Mhm.
And so that's why those statutes have been created that establish a county road. And those statutes state what the commission has power over the county roads.
Mhm.
That other statute on the back says how a county road is established and why it's established and the maintenance that goes into it. And then the next statute gives us the right of way of 15 feet from the center of the county road. And so I think the issue is you got us in the middle, and I didn't fully understand what was going on when this was taken out. You guys got us in the middle of a neighborhood dispute
Mm,
that you don't want your
Okay.
neighbor to have a circle drive.
No, that ain't got nothing
And
to
so
do
you
with
guys,
it.
you guys wanted that culvert
That's
taken
what
out.
they've told you.
And
I got
so-
that one, but no. So
And so we
This-
went back in on our county right of way, and we've put that culvert back in.
okay, you
And
want to
then-
know why we had the ditch cut and why we put a culvert in on the other part of their property. We only have to allow them one access over our property line because our property line goes past the 15 feet. Okay.
Okay,
So we only have to allow them one access to that place. We did. We paid for it. We put it in. We had that ditch dug because they're sewer, and we went to EPA, everybody, and it leaked all the way into the ditch. What little bit of a ditch there was, and it leaked all the way over into our front yard, right to our front door. The sewer stank. It was awful. That's why we put that culvert in. We didn't put it in to be vindictive that we don't want them to have a circle drive. That ain't got nothing to do with it. We did it for the proper drainage because it wasn't never being cut on through because they didn't have a culvert there. Or even if there was, it was smashed because they had to dig down into the ditch to come out. That's why we put the culvert in. So they're giving you misinformation.
so now we're back to
So-
where we were.
Mhm.
And so, like I said, if you will allow somebody to go out there and measure to see where our right of way is, You know, I believe we're within our right of way to put that culvert back in. It was an existing culvert. We put it back in.
Okay, so then that
Uh,
brings us to where we're at now. We
okay.
still own part of that. You may own
Okay.
enough to
Okay, that's
put the
that's
culvert in,
between you and your neighbors.
and then we will put a cable up.
Okay, that's between you
And
and
that's
your
a
neighbors.
waste of taxpayers'
Okay.
money.
But that's
But
but that's just it. I
Yeah.
mean, that's between you and your neighbors.
Yeah.
I mean, the county will do its obligation.
Mhm.
We've done, and so we're going to stay out of any kind of neighborhood
Yeah.
disputes.
and I don't blame you. I really
You
don't.
know, and
You know, but I
so
kind
we're
of
back to
felt
where,
like
yeah.
you guys were, because my husband had his issues, that was giving me that's the property line.
Yeah, the property line's way back here.
Yeah.
Okay, but we're talking about the other side of the road.
I know. But
but
you come back
both
this side,
It's on the other side of
Yeah.
the blue.
Yeah,
right there.
yeah. So I understand,
Mhm.
you know, and so like I said, that's between you and your neighbor. If
Mhm.
you want to put up a cable on your side, you put up cable on your side.
Right.
But the county's back to where,
Yeah. I was
You
just
know.
looking at it. I mean, you're wasting our taxpayers' money by putting that culvert in
well,
just because they want their circle driveway back
Yeah.
into the way you want to put
Well,
it.
yeah, and like I said, that may be but I think we should have, looking back on it now, if I knew, you know,
Mhm.
we should have just,
How long was that circle drive in there?
as long as I remember.
If it's there, you gotta put it back.
Yeah.
Established.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's where I was coming from, you know.
But we would appreciate it if we'd have been contacted. You know, we contacted y'all and told you that the
Yeah.
problem why we were putting the culvert in and why we were cutting that ditch. And then they decided they want something back. So, you know, we weren't even like considered, you know. So, I mean,
But no,
Yeah.
and like I
that
said,
was our original reason was
Yeah.
because of the sewer.
and
And we have documents that we have constantly
Yeah.
tried to get a hold of somebody to get something done about it.
Yeah.
Because we were told, and this is just from the people that finally started coming and pumping it out, that they were the true houses on that system was too much. That's none of my business. I really don't care. My problem,
yeah,
we did. We called countless people, you know, nothing could ever get done. So that's when we went in and took the culvert, put a new one in at our expense for them to be able to access to their property and have the ditch cut. Now, we legitimately were doing what we were helping our own home, because that stuff was leaking all the way to the house, hitting our drain, or what do you call them, French drains,
yeah.
and running right alongside of the house. And it's stunk. I mean, it was awful. It's worse than a lagoon. It was, you know. Then we had to stop the people from coming to pump because they were just pumping out the water on top of the ground. You know, that was a whole nother situation. And they quit doing that finally on that part. So you're just going to leave the culvert then? Is that your
Yeah,
final
yeah.
words? So
You want this back.
it don't matter. I mean, I just figured I'd give y'all something that,
No, I'm
You
you know,
glad you did.
information that,
No, I'm glad you
that
did.
I
At least
looked
I can
up.
look at it and get a visual of what.
Right.
And if you want to
So-
go ahead and look those over, and
Mhm.
like I said, if you guys,
Yeah.
if you,
Well, I mean, like you said, it looks like that we're just gonna have to go back to do, you know, as a landowner.
yeah, and I mean, I would
So-
just say, you know,
Probably
Do your
see
best-
what that is.
do your
That
best
road's
to,
been there. They'll
What's
have
that?
to change.
do your best to get along with your neighbors.
Well, we do, we try,
You know,
but it's every time we turn around, they're throwing something
So
at
what'll
us.
happen down the road, most likely the judge gonna see that that's been there over X amount of years, it's
Mm-hmm.
gonna stay the way it is.
But they have to have permission to cross our property except for one spot.
If it's been there for a long period
Eh,
of time, no,
That's in the statute.
I know, but. if
That's
it's
in
not-
on our
but-
ends of the
but
statute.
if a road has been established and driven for X amount of time, it changes that statute. We run into that.
So, well, our property is our property though.
Yeah.
So,
But
That's gonna be the bottom line,
Yeah.
you know. So. All right, so you said you would do the survey?
well, I mean, says in there if you'll pay half of it with us.
And how much is it?
Oh, I don't know what it would be. I mean, I can get a hold of Mayhew and see.
Mhm.
You know, it doesn't have to be a full, I mean, we're just talking about the right of way
Right.
type thing, you know.
Right. Would he have had to come off of that with our survey to find the middle of that road before he could go to the other side of that road?
No, well, I mean,
My question is it partially already done?
my understanding by reading the statute,
Mhm.
because the center of that road can change over years.
Mhm.
It can go this way, it can go this way.
Mhm.
So what my understanding by reading the statute, it's the current placement of the road.
Mhm.
So it would be 15 feet
Mhm.
both sides of the road.
Right.
And so, you know, what happens if our 15 feet's over in your yard
Mhm.
on your side?
Right.
I mean, and we
Yeah.
get the grader in there and make a ditch and everything else.
Mhm.
Are you guys okay with that?
As long as you don't hit my house.
Okay.
I mean, because evidently, like he's saying, our circle driveways, it's there.
Right.
It's been there for years.
Yeah. Oh, I agree.
You know, I mean, so
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can't.
yeah, exactly.
You know, I mean, he said the same thing. So you couldn't cut my yard.
Right.
So, okay. What's one other question? Oh, can I have a copy of the minutes and stuff?
Oh, he wants Dave to print them
Yeah.
out. Yeah.
Leave me your phone number or an email, and
Okay.
then I can send you a copy of it.
Okay. Do you have a?
Yeah.
Pencil
There you
pen?
go, Mike. Nice. Thanks, Dave.
Oh,
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I guess I shut the door off.
Oh, that's good.
Okay.
All right, Tammy. Thanks for coming in.
thank
All
you.
right. Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too.
Price of this stuff today.
Where are you?
Yep.
He's all over that.
I found that. I always miss that one. The single one. I don't think they can stop the outside of it.
I don't think so either.
It's like a road, once it's been used for X amount of time. You have to maintain, do that on the road. It sounds like a feud.
Is that yours? Or what is that?
No, the payment register. Oh, this is an opioid. We do have an opioid.
Didn't know.
It was snuck through. I thought it was part of that. I asked him, no, I don't, we don't have any opioid. Okay, then that, it said balance sheet, somewhere it all went together.
I don't think so, Mac.
All right, I'll let y'all know.
Appreciate you.
Not unless you got a bunch of money you want to bring back to. Huh?
You are getting up much money.
Are we?
I just need you to sign for him.
Need some of it.
We all need some.
Or do you need me to ride the
I don't know about we, I really don't, but the other officer. I guess I could take the leftover money and buy this Nixon truck. I can drive there. Looking up a
Yeah, all that mess is mine.
What's this?
That's my pen too.
Super cat.
They're $1 a dozen. This is your budget. This is your highway H NID, and then your road and bridge NID budget. There. It's in there somewhere.
Okay, so this is all for us to keep.
I guess I'll.
It's all for you to work on your budget.
A brand new superintendent.
And then don't forget me.
Yeah, I'll stop and see you. I was
Okay.
gonna do it earlier, but she wasn't.
So,
in your
sell
seat.
me your,
I never
I had
spent any.
Kevin's.
So,
sell me your Yukon XL.
that's a lie. She ain't gonna part with that. You know, she usually trades every 2 years. She refuses to give this one up. I'm shocked. She likes the gas mileage, and that one gets on the highway. We went from here to Muskegon, Michigan on 1 tank of gas. It gets the upper high 20s on the highway with a 10-speed transmission and that 4.6 motor.
Yes.
Man, you can go forever with it. And that's strange because she was always a sports car person. Corvettes all over life, sports cars. But when I had my first Suburban, she drove it. She quit driving her car. And I go, I thought you was. She goes, I like where I can see all the way around this thing and I'm up in the air and I can see. And ever since then, it's been suburban. New kind.
They're too stinking expensive nowadays.
Well, that's what you use. And then I got it half price. I was like, I look up a new one and I told her, you ain't getting this. There ain't no way. That's more than what I paid for my house.
Yeah.
I ain't doing it.
And then one of the guys is looking for a used truck and they got 200,000 miles on them and they still want 30 and 40,000.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
holy smokes.
There's just, and then interest rates are
So
still.
go
up.
try to trade that into a deal.
Oh,
See what
yeah.
they wanna give you.
Yeah.
Oh, that thing got miles on it. Oh, yeah, you ain't gonna get this amount of money.
The jail van down there was 270-some thousand miles on it. I'm trying to sell for 17. Only side of
Just keep driving.
At that point, it ain't worth what they're gonna give you on it.
No.
I got 2 Impalas I wanna sell too. The ones. They got about 200,000 miles apiece on them.
I don't think we,
17,000.
Yeah, it's a good price.
I don't think we can haul a lot of rock in it in Powell again.
You couldn't have banned though.
Get one of those little, that's right.
No, the same numbers don't own a property owner owns that. They think we do. No, there's a picture. Let's show it to you.
So it's between.
Well, it's not a county road.
But it's not the road.
Well, yeah, it's right here.
It's a nasty Graham done it. No,
That is owned by a coal system.
they made a ditch too. That thing looks deep.
Oh, you can park a dump truck in it.
That's what I
covered
thought.
up.
It looked like it ain't,
5 of them, Indy.
but they bought the house and they think the county is responsible for it. It's not county property.
Yeah, what's bad, it's a
Road
fragile hill.
has nothing to
Hard
do.
guttered, and at the very end of that, where that's.
They're off of Heavenly over there.
Cut
Equal
out,
subdivision.
it just kept cut.
That's what,
It's 8 foot wide.
then they sent us a certified letter, but it went to the fire department. The fire department said on it, signed for it.
No, it,
The fire department signed for it. It sat there for a while before you got there.
And I'll have to let you know. I'm gonna
Yeah.
come next week, so.
Yeah, it went to the fire department. They signed for it. It sat up there for a while. Don't get it done.
What dates are you?
like I said, I've talked to those folks 3 or 4 times.
12,660.
Look. I can tell you that Circle Drive, it will give, if it puts a culvert in there, it'll still be open. I don't know what she can take it to court. I can tell you what's gonna happen.
That's the first time ever I've heard
It's
of
gonna
it.
stay the way it is.
EPA or the health clinic or anything not hammering down on somebody for leaking
If
sewer.
it was leaking sewer, I guarantee a DNR would have slapped them with a $10,000 day fine until it was taken care of.
I know, I've been.
They'll put dye in that and watch where it goes. I've seen it happen many times. They'll put dye in it up there and they'll watch and see where it surfaces. Wherever it surfaces, buddy, if it surfaces, you're gonna be responsible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That stuff's like neon, man. It looks like, it looked like come off a nuclear reactor somewhere. It just green glows.
They put some of that in my veins the other day.
Man,
Yeah, oh,
ever see that stuff work? I mean, it will appear. If it's got a leak coming out somewhere, you will find it.
Yeah.
Oh, add another person.
Mhm.
Ooh,
The neighbor across the road.
the one that this is in question.
No, it's the other neighbor down the road.
Did you see where your easement goes down their grass?
Mhm.
You could cut that ditch all the way back down into their yard. But you don't do that.
No.
And there's no reason for you to do that. But if it ever has to be, you could do that.
Mhm.
Boy, you try that and watch what happens.
Oh, no, that's,
Even though you have the right.
I don't, like I said, I don't, since I've been here, I've been dealing with people that think they own the county roads because their
Mhm.
property line goes over.
Well, the one I had years ago that, well, Eastern had, that guy put up, what do you call those rods for concrete,
that
rebar?
rebar,
He
yeah.
put rebar out in the road, almost as long as this table out in the road around the corner. He said, that's my property. And he spray painted them purple. And he wanted that road fixed down there. And I said, he called me and I said, I'll tell you what, if somebody runs over one of them in the county road, and I have you saying that you put them in there, you'll be responsible for any damage to that vehicle of whoever runs over them, puncture the transmission, oil, whatever. You will pay for it. I guarantee you'll end up paying for it. If you want to talk, you pull them down, you give me a call, and then we'll see what we can do to fix your problem. Later that night, he called me, he goes, I pulled them off. That's when I had Ricky's side go over to do because really there was too much tension already built up between the east side and that landowner. So I sent the west side over and it worked. It worked.
If you look at the survey for where I live back in there, the gravel road, the county road that goes down behind my house, the two property lines actually meet in the middle of the road. And the survey actually states in there that my property begins in the middle of the road and goes out. But the county right away right away, you can see on there also, but then the two property lines actually meet in the middle of the road. And they were all that way for years. They're
You know
all
where
that
I
way.
live?
Mhm.
You know, the corner where the stop sign is in my yard. I own to the middle of the intersection out there is my pin for my property.
Yeah.
It runs down Carter Street this way. It cuts off half of Hoyle Valley way out in the asphalt and around.
Yeah, but even if you look at the state, like I-44, we own
But that's where
property
my property pin.
there on I-44. It goes all the way up to about 20 feet off the edge of the interstate. But then if you look, you've got the state's
Right away.
right away property
The
lines,
city
their
don't say I
signs,
have
their
to pay the
markers
asphalt.
go all the way back, about 20 feet
Yeah.
into it off of the outer road. And if you put anything up on a state line, they don't even act. They don't even say nothing. They just come out there, tear it down.
Yes,
And it's gone.
it won't be there very long.
No.
Even campaign signs, if you
Yeah,
get,
oh, yeah.
if you get one leg of a sign, biggest one's right there on 17 going towards Crocker. Ooh,
Yeah.
I had one time that was that far into the state right away. He told me I had to pull that stake and move it around and slide them.
I've seen
I
them
was
take,
that far in.
I've seen them take fences. They'll just,
And it goes back 25 feet on a lot of that, all the way, mainly to the fence roads. In some points, it goes all the way back to utility poles that are up to it.
And sometimes on a corner, they've got more
Yeah,
than in a straight stretch.
yeah.
Like out here by Threckles, a big wide corner. that guy built a privacy fence one time and they seen him putting it up. And they stopped and they said, hey, you might wanna have us come survey this and show you where the
Trailer.
fence needs to go. And he got mad and started cursing at them and told them he'd built the fence, and they're like, knock yourself out. Well, he built the fence, and then after it was done, they took the state trooper out there and the measuring team, and they said, right there, it's gotta come down from here up there, and then he got mad and took a sledgehammer and demolished his fence. But they tried to save him the pain and suffering, but
Sure.
he told them that he was God and it'd go where he wanted it, and that's where it would be, and then he tore his fence up, damaged all the material that he had over this. I don't know.
We had a realtor in the subdivision that we had over there that was, each lot was just under an acre. I thought this was years ago, but, under an acre at the time. And, the house had sold 2 or 3 times, military, you know, they'd sold 2 or 3 times. Well, one of the realtors had told one of the people that it was a full acre. So he come in and, about 8 feet into the neighbor's yard and built a chain link fence.
Hmm.
And the neighbor behind him come out and told him, like, that's not, you know, it wasn't the neighbor he built onto, it was the other one. He's like, that's not where the line is. This is the line. He's like, nope, he told me I had a full acre, so I measured out a full acre.
That's the way it works.
Yeah. And the bad thing is the pins are still there. The physical pins are still there.
Yeah. Mine's out there in the asphalt. The big old, look like one of them that put those big circus tents up.
Yeah.
About that big in the asphalt.
Well, all these are the older ones.
Yeah.
So they're rebar with
But I
a
went out
little
and
yellow
painted
tag.
it. I
that's on
called
top.
them. I said, okay. They go, so you want to be responsible for the asphalt out there?
No, you wanna put your swimming pool out there.
Yeah. Like, no.
Are you having any more salt delivered?
Then I told him I was gonna put a toll road up around my house, cause I
Nope,
don't
I
have.
think we're
that.
done. Did he ever
I ain't
bring
go over
It
either.
is. Good looking salt too, yeah. Yeah. But I think if he was gonna bring you another hole, we might get another salt.
I think he's got his done. You know, like I always said, salt and gravel don't go bad if you got it in. You never know if a guy gets in a bind and after you got bad weather, then it's hard to get
They
it.
were 3 feet inside
I
my
got to borrow a
property.
little bit
Like a
from
mowing weed eat.
Moda. I mean,
Called
you
me
gotta
one
do
day,
what you
"I'm
gotta
gonna
do to get
Fence
by,
up,
but,
can I connect to your phone?
Yeah, I
I
can
go,
have Kylie get
you
hold
can
of it
connect,
and
but
see
you're gonna
if
sign a
I can
piece
get
of
If
paper,
not,
because
I
I
can tell him
still
to
own
bring
3
you
feet
another
from
one.
my fence. The other one.
I'd like to have,
you
we'd
do.
like to have another.
I go, yeah, I did it so I could
Holes.
mow and weed eat it, so I
I'll
could keep
bring
my
you
fence
one.
clean. Oh, so he signed it. That way, I
Yeah.
tell him to take that fence down and move it back 3, they're gonna move it back 3. 'Cause if I didn't do that down the road, I'd lose it.
Watching a video of a neighborhood in Florida where I guess back in the 1930s or 40s, they put a big giant water main going through middle of nowhere at the time. Well, in apparently the 80s, they decided to build a whole subdivision over it. But somehow on the property deeds and on all the paperwork, the right of way was forgotten about. Until one day, one of the guys came through and they had to work on the line and they had to tear down his garage because his house went up, and this is like 20 feet down. So no one even knew when they built it. They didn't dig 20
You
feet.
know how many of them is like that around here? Mid-Missouri Motors, the city of Maine goes right through the middle of their building.
Holy cow. So if you gotta fix the main, I mean,
Right through the showroom floors where it's at.
Right on the Laughlin property, he built on top of one
As
of
you
the
go up
main
through
lines.
there, there's one on W Highway, it runs diagonally across people's property, and they can't build on it because the main's there.
Probably in Florida, they didn't know. Around here, they knew and didn't care.
I didn't care.
Yeah, it's like that all over around this area.
I heard stories.
Waynesville, right over here where the storage units are, the city, water and sewer run right underneath those storage units.
Well, my property is just filled from Fort Leonard Wood for about, I don't know how far it goes, but it's probably 10 feet of
What?
just debris that they took off Fort Wood back years ago from old barracks and dumped them and they covered it with dirt.
Before building inspections and things like that, people just built.
All right, I'll see. We'll see.
Thanks.
How's the problem?
I remember they used to take old cars that used to with the raised ground. They stacked them back in the 50s when they first started the city, and they would create, level out property and fill it that way. I don't know how true that is, but I almost believe some of that.
There's parts. I
Dig
think
deep enough, hit metal.
I think that when they built that one
Find Jimmy Hoffa.
car wash, they were removing parts.
I almost said that.
Well, I'll just cut you off.
You got the camera running in front of you.
It's all right.
Oh, yeah, the new one.
Yeah, the lower one.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know the company was doing the excavating in there and they were pulling parts out of there.
But he's buried under a giant stadium or something.
I don't think anybody knows.
Yeah.
This place is really cool.
Well, I can tell you
The
right
most
now,
likely
where
scenario
the field
is some of
property
us have
is.
I seen the
out where
deal on
Wilkerson Auto
Facebook that
Salvage,
said they was remodeling the
that
house.
bank
and
has
put a
got the
solid
major gas line
decoration
that goes to
skeleton
Fort
under
Wood.
the floor and the.
Anybody to build in that bank now,
Leave
they
this
got
for the next
lower
homeowner.
the gas main.
Saw a guy with a
The main
skeleton in
gas
the
main
corner
to Fort
cabinet,
Wood.
Yeah.
with a hat and everything on
They're
it.
gonna do that. If people bought it, they are gonna do
Like
work there. So they gotta lower that gas main going to Fort Leonard on the right side of the road because all that property from the old Fort Wood Auto Salvage and Fields property. They gotta lower that. They're gonna lower that. But when they do that, they gotta, that whole gas main runs right underneath that, the natural gas. Going to Fort Wood. They told me what size pipe it was. It was a big pipe. It's a lot of money in gas sitting in that pipe. That's all I
I
got.
can't remember what size is the northern pipeline? Is it an 8-inch or a?
What size is the natural gas going on the post? Is that like a 6-inch or an 8? What do they usually run on something like that?
The one to Richmond's smaller than the one going out here.
The one going to post is a big one, they said.
Yeah. Goes there, here, and it feeds that way.
But that's a gas line that goes up north, right? That's what I was always told, that was the north, comes through Crocker there on U Highway.
Oh, the main, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's
How big is
everything
that?
line.
Is it the everything line?
It's more or less everything, yeah.
Okay. I couldn't remember. Well, I know that they said that if it had gas in it and it blew, that it would burn, and they shut it off at the last place, it would burn for several hours before it could ever.
Racers hit it down there.
Yeah.
And they set it off and it burnt. I mean, they killed it at, I think, Battle and
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't think what the other places are. They killed it.
Yeah.
And it burnt for days.
Yeah.
A lot of gas in line.
I know.
Fumes, yeah.
But that one, they'll run a cleaning agent through it, and they'll run like food.
I know who's running the grader when they hit that one.
Is that the gas line I never knew about?
Yes.
That one across Stan Crispin.
Who?
Stan.
They got a gas line in Pulaski.
Wasn't it on the private driveway too?
Yes, they said it was kind of a fall day and said he had the door open. Said when he hit that, gas got on him and he said he's about to freeze. Said he took off running, stripping clothes. But so they evacuated everybody and set a helicopter down out there and set it off with a flare and burned it off.
That I hit and broke it. So
If I would have caught on fire, it'd have melted
Just
that
took
grader.
off. He was in a meeting somewhere and I got a call from Waynesville. They were in a panic. I guess the grader was going through there
I mean, when's the last time they?
Out here by the-
It's gotta be
by the yard.
Dixon still does.
like steel, like it was a little.
You
bitty
can see the
steel, like
gas
a-
line.
like
He
a
just
copper
on the
wire.
very top edge of it cleared it.
Yeah.
I went
I
out
was
there.
like, they kept digging down further on that left side, making it like that.
We got a gas valve on Reporter Road sticking up out of the windrow.
Really,
We got a valve sticking up and it's, yeah,
it's not.
no, it's City of Richmond's been out there 3 or 4 times and keeps it painted, but it's halfway up a gravel hill on the left-hand side.
Down here
Yeah,
on the side.
yeah.
Really? Well, Charlie went and cleared all that. Pushed his fence
Yeah,
back that time.
Yeah, there's one
He
there.
pushed that first fence all the way down to the second fence. I go, Charlie, have you talked to the guys
But
about
yeah, he's
this?
like, that main,
Wow,
that
that's
water
this
line
fence
right there,
down there. And I'm like,
you know, 10 inches deep.
Yeah, there's a gas valve out there.
I'll never forget that. I was like,
And over in,
he called me, Jack called me, he goes, what are you guys doing? And I go, you go, Charlie, I don't know what
over in
you're
Big
talking
Piney,
about."
we've got they say it's not in use, but we've got a exposed gas line in the ditch over there, about a 6 or 8 inch.
Look how wide he made the road up there.
Yeah, I don't,
Wide.
I've seen somebody take a propane tank before and take a cutting torch and cut it in half, and I look at him and think,
Oh, man.
I just, we've had the valve off of it for 2 or 3 years.
I'm sorry, that's still.
Rocket ship to the moon.
Stories people
Oh,
tell,
I got this up here
those
for you.
metal barrels up and get
The
fried.
tank will make it out the door before you.
Yeah. And I've seen people weld gas tanks off of vehicles, but they either put exhaust fumes in it or fill it with water and weld it.
Yep, that's what I've seen them do with motorcycle tanks.
Yeah,
Just fill them with water or something and
Yeah.
weld them that way.
yeah.
I think you can have constant air blowing through them too.
Oh, yeah.
But that may not be true. I'm not gonna try it either. Either one.
Nope. I used to see them too, they hook up the exhaust.
Off a vehicle, yeah, either put exhaust or fill them with water, yeah.
Huh.
And then they just sit there and weld on it.
Nerves of steel, I guess. Not,
See videos on, they get an old empty one and they douse it with gasoline on it, and throw it in at their buddies, and when they're sitting in the crowd, it's just air.
Yeah.
Take off. Like a cockroach.
tell you, there's a lot of things in this world that's dangerous, even like a split rim tire.
Oh, man.
Yeah, those are not to be messed with either.
No.
My neighbor's still got an old truck that he uses on his property. It still has, he's got he's got the 4 back ones on. He got newer rims for the front, but he's still trying to find
The ones for the rear, yeah.
the dualies, because I guess the dualies are kind of a special fit. It's like a 71 Ford. And he can only find a split rim. They, I guess, don't make a modern equivalent. He hooks a chain and tie it around that when he works on them and everything. So
Better put them in a cage or set a bucket down on top of them for a loader or something, because I've seen them come off and it's,
oh yeah,
You don't want to be around that.
no,
he
no.
hooks a chain, so if they come apart, they only can go.
I heard years ago they had a bad accident with one of them in a tire shop in Vienna. They had it on a tire changer and the ring went through the roof of the building. But yeah, that's just leave it at that. But it's a horrible, horrible accident. But and the person fixing the tire just didn't know nothing about it.
When I've seen it. Of course, you have a truck burning on the interstate or something like that, and tires blow
Yeah,
or whatever. Went to one of them one time and the bearing burned up and let go,
yeah.
and the duals went off into somebody's yard, and lady come out there with a fire hose or with a water hose to put it out, like yelling, "Get back!"
Yeah.
I'm putting it out. Get back!
We had a bearing go out on one of our low boys the other day. Lost both duals off of it. Thank God nobody was hurt. Didn't cause no damage to nothing or nobody or
I had a friend of mine that was on 65 there on the interstate, or 65 in Springfield, headed northbound and southbound. They had a set of duals come off a truck, hit that center partition, and it landed right in the middle of her car.
yeah.
Just crushed right in the middle of her
You
car.
remember Brunelli's out there on 44 when it used to wrap through before the
Yeah.
grill?
The
That
2 mile an hour
tractor trailer,
curve, so they used to call it.
that tractor trailer lost that set of duals and it bounced, hit the ditch, bounced and went right through the roof of the building.
I've got two witnesses of this. I had a couple guys with me and we was headed in my personal truck, a 44. Truck coming at us in the opposite lane. He lost a set of duals off his trailer and when the brakes, everything come out of it, they separated. Here they come right at us. And I'm like, oh my God, looking there like, what are you gonna, and everybody screaming. I'm looking in the mirrors for traffic. And I jerked over and one went behind us and I had to look in the mirror and signal and whip back over. Another one bounced and went right over the cab of the truck. And they went down old Route 66 toward Devil's Elbow. Don't know where they went.
What happened to that red Ford that used to be Road and Bridge?
Yeah.
I was driving in at Columbia for the commissioner's conference and Ricky and Randy were, and a rod come off that flatbed and it hit 70, it bounced. I could just see it in slow motion coming. Ricky went as far as he could go out of the way. I went like this and Lenny disappeared in the back seat. He went down the seat, I guess. But it hit right on the windshield wiper. It destroyed the windshield wiper thing. And then it flipped and hit the very roof, put that dent right above the glass of the roof and went up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna come right through the windshield.
When I was working for the marina, towing a boat to a boat show one time up in St. Louis, I pulled off there on 270 and there was a debris truck, one of the constructions or whatever, and he let go of a rock, come off the back of that thing, hit probably 2 inch or whatever, hit square in the middle of the windshield and that rock ended up in the seat right